They say April showers bring May flowers, and we have lots of flowers here today, as well as lovely ladies. I'm enjoying my time with you already, but these lovely ladies are you're the River Valley Garden Club.
That's correct.
Okay, now I hear this goes way back to 1967?
67.
Wow.
With less than 10 members.
Oh, wow.
And now we boast over 100 members
fantastic.
with our River Valley Garden Club.
And so do you meet all year round?
All year round, and we are the third Tuesday of the month at the Harbert Community Church. We've grown to such a level. It used to be in gardeners' homes, who would then be able to show gardeners. Now we're so large and the group is so big that we meet at a community church once a month.
So how did you all get started?
Well, I had just retired, and we have a house up here, and my husband was driving down Red Arrow, and there was a sign that said plant sale. So we stopped the car and got out and came over, and it said Garden Club plant sale, and I thought, oh, I'd never join a garden club. It's a bunch of old ladies. So then I came down and I met the president and all these members, and they were great and fun and interesting, and the next thing I knew I was filling out the form to become a member. I was going to add that they do meet once a month, but you're not required to go to every meeting.
Okay.
And some of the meetings are field trips, and some of them are workshops, and some of them are events like this. We have an auction with plants in the fall. So there's a variety. They're not all just a lecture, but some of them are a lecture. We just had a terrific woman that came and talked about birds.
Oh, yes.
Oh, nice.
And that idea gives you just a further impetus for the club, that you can come as often as you choose, if you choose to do the once a month, or not as often, in case you have a question about your plant, or if you're someone who wants to gain a little more expertise in some other areas as well too, Kelly. So.
Well, if you ladies are any indication of members of the club, I'm sure you all have a lot of fun as well.
We do. too.
I knew it. I could feel that. But you also have an event coming up on May 18th, and this is open to the public.
Right.
It's going to be, is it from 10 to
12?
10 to 12.
And there'll be a crowd, and then the plants are all gone.
So you're going to be selling lots of plants
Yes.
and garden tools and
Right.
everything. And we have some examples
We
here.
do.
Now, I have to say that I do not have a green thumb. I do not. I know. I'm so sorry. I don't know a lot about plants. So I'm excited to find out about what we have here.
Well, the plants always get organized by sun and shade, because our house is really in the woods, and so I'm more of an expert in the shade garden. Other people have full sunshine, and so we separate the plants out so people know what they're getting.
And that's so important, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
That's why
And
you
then-
end up killing plants. Like me.
Well, when you go to the plant store and you see all these beautiful flowers and they say full sun, you say, oh, well, I'll grow them anyway, but it doesn't work.
No, it
Right.
doesn't work that way.
work.
So we also label things. So this is a Persicaria, and you can sort of see this has a chevron in the leaf, and this gets very tall, and then it has pink spikes with little tiny flowers, and the hummingbirds like it.
Oh, really?
So it must be sweet. So this is an example. This grows either in sun or shade. In fact, it grows anywhere.
Oh, that's it. I want that one. That's the
a
one
good
I
choice
want.
for you. Okay.
This is called Cheyenne privet, and this is a great bush. It's actually a woody bush that you can put in and use almost as a screen. It'll separate, it fills up, and all of these pieces came from my Cheyenne privets.
Oh,
I
nice.
just clip the tops and start new plants. So that's these.
So you mentioned bushes. So
Yes.
are these both?
Yes,
Are they-
bushes, trees. We have trees. People bring baby trees, plants, all kinds of perennials. It's a variety.
Herbs.
Okay, and perennials means they come up.
Back every
Okay,
year.
yeah, educate me.
So
Right.
if you plant it once, Kelly, you have the joy of being out, having your morning tea in the beginning of April and saying, look, it's coming up again. It's just a wonderful thing. It brings joy.
In the beginning of April, it's starting to move to the beginning of May around here in Michiana.
Right.
But that's really nice. So those are kind of easy because you don't have to replant them anymore.
Exactly
That's
right.
nice.
All of these you don't have to read.
Oh,
these are all
good.
perennials.
This is, I didn't bring the sign, but this is a bridal veil. Or it
Oh.
might be bridal wreath. I never know the name. But it has beautiful tiny white flowers in spring. And you can kind of see the very beginnings of them, but it's early again. It's May 1st today.
Now, you ladies taught me, is that a sun or a shade?
This is a sun.
Okay.
And what is so wonderful, if you're attending the plant sale, is that there are people just like Susan. I'm taking the money.
Oh, you're
But
taking
there
the
are
money.
people just like
Right,
Susan
right.
who are giving you, telling you, where do you think you'd like to put that? Do you want to have an ornamental plant? Do you want to have something that you say is blooming? Do you love your neighbor and want to share with them?
Yes.
Do you want to have a little privacy from your neighbor? What that would be. All of those things are true. And there are people that are here, master gardeners, gardening consultants,
right.
folks who say, I've grown it. You know, you mentioned the big box store, Susan, and you can go into that big box store and see things that are very generic. These are things you're looking to, Kelly, that you get to say, that's not in someone else's yard.
No,
it's a master gardener who
It's a-
planted it.
And that's what we need a lot of times, because for people that don't know a lot about plants, such as myself, you come here, you love it, it's so pretty, and then you take it home, you don't know what to do with it. So it's so wonderful that you have all this expertise.
It is indeed.
Well, another thing is that these were all grown locally in our gardens. And sometimes if you go to a store that has acres of flowers and plants to buy, they were imported from maybe the south.
Okay.
So they might not do as well here in our area in Harbor Country as they did if they were in Arkansas. But the plants at our plant sale were all started
Right.
locally.
That's great.
So it's something you can think, the gardenia, Susan, that all of us said, ooh, we looked at it and said, we need to have that plant. Well, you know, we're not in Jacksonville,
Right.
you know, to be able to have it. These are things you can purchase, and the prices are great, not to mention the fact that you get that additional piece and you're supporting local.
Yes.
Not to mention every pollinator, every piece, we all know what's happening in our world. And to be able to say the bee, the hummingbird, the butterfly, those are things so important to
It
us.
is very important. And again, this is taking place on May 18th right here at Harbor Community Park.
Yes.
Is it going to be rain or shine?
Rain or
Yes,
shine.
we have
Rain
a
or
roof.
shine.
We have a roof.
Yes, there's a roof here.
And I was going to mention, Catherine mentioned that the prices are very good. I jokingly call this a fundraiser rather than a fundraiser.
I like that.
Because we always have a really good time and the prices are really very reasonable.
That's great. Now, I know the community is going to come out. It is an event that draws lots of people.
Oh, yeah.
It does.
And you've been doing it for how many years?
I'd say at least 20.
At
At
least
least
20,
20
at
years.
least.
And every year, word grows a little bit about what that is for gardens. But what also makes it so great is that then sometimes people come by and say, I've seen that in your garden and I purchased the same thing 2 years ago, or I know this gardener. Those kinds of
right.
things, Susan, that have been so helpful for us.
That's wonderful. Now that we talked about that event, how do they get into this club? Because I know you see these ladies and
We'd
you're
love
like,
to have you.
I want to
We'd
be
love
a
to have
part
you.
of this.
We'd love to have you because we are Michiana. So you can think we have members that come all the way from La Porte, when we're thinking about this spot here, or Michigan City, up to St. Joe for our members because they know River Valley is giving them that quality. Our website is wonderful that I would suggest you look to, River Valley Garden Club. Really a great choice, Kelly.
Yes.
We'd love to have you.
Well, you know, I figured since I didn't know anything about plants, that's why I wore my flower shirt.
Yay.
I was just trying to bribe my way into the club. And am I accepted?
You are indeed
Absolutely.
accepted.
Thank you so much. Thank you so
Our
much.
press releases said it's open to anyone with an interest in gardening.
Oh,
Yes.
Well, that's wonderful. Ladies, I so enjoyed my time with you. I have to come back here and just sip tea and look at plants with you. I love you
Thank
guys.
you.
Oh,
Well,
we
we
love
loved
that.
having you.
And may I tell you, that great Ernie Banks, who was saying it's a beautiful day, to paraphrase him, it's a beautiful day to garden. Let's plant 2, let's plant 4, let's get involved in that community, in that gardening community.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, ladies. Again, May 18th from 10 to 12. Don't miss it.